I'm meteorologist Vin Crosby from the Weather Show with Vin Crosby. Did you get the sense today that it feels like the calm before the storm? I mean, really. We've had thunderstorms before come on through, but today it feels a little hot. It feels a little bit more on the arid side, a little bit more humid, if you will. And we are getting some moisture content in the atmosphere. If you thought that, you're right. And if you had a feeling that something pretty bad may be happening, you could be very right too, unfortunately. We got a little breeze coming on through. We have flags moving a little bit, stirring up the atmosphere. Typically this is a good thing, but I think with this situation that we have developing today, this will be the unofficial official start, if you will, of the fire season, of a very hot, smoky summer today, because of storms that'll come through this afternoon, this evening. I think many of us will have some power outages overnight tonight. Many things will come blowing on down. Fences blowing on down. We'll have some tree limbs coming on down. Over under on the power outages, 1,000, 5,000. Possible with this type of environment we have. The atmosphere set up for some of the strongest storm activity, and this type of atmosphere that we have out right now with temperatures in the mid and upper 90s and moisture in the atmosphere, this, in my 30 years of doing weather out here, usually we get one or two big storms, bigger than normal thunderstorms that come on through with wind gusts really high, over 55 miles per hour, large hail, and of course the lightning for the mountains. And that's the weather pattern we have going on right now. Today we have dew points in the 45 to 55 degree range. Anytime we get dew point temperatures over 40 in the Treasure Valley, that's when we really stand a chance to get some good thunderstorm activity when the temperatures get this hot. We need a catalyst to come on in and spark some of these storms. Sometimes it's the hot temperatures that spark the cumulus clouds that really explode into the higher levels of the atmosphere. Sometimes it's an upper level disturbance that's moving on through, and we have a little bit of both going on. Back behind me, we can see those clouds up over Bogus Basin, back over the foothills of Boise. Those are ACCUS, A-C-C-A-S. Alto Cumulus Congestus is the ACCUS. An acronym, and usually it's a good sign. That's what storm chasers look for in the middle of the plains, is that development of those clouds, because it's pointing towards a very unstable environment. And I think with that and the system that's moving in from the west, we'll start to see storms pop. They're already kind of popping back in Oregon, moving from south to north. There are some popping over the Owahis even as we speak. They'll keep moving on in from south to north. And then as we reach a daytime high today, later on into the upper 90s, we'll see those storms just blossom into the evening hours, into the overnight hours. Numerous lightning strikes, unfortunately, up in the mountains with this. And so there should be several new wildfires ignited because of this thunderstorm that's going to move on in. It could be one or two, but boy, some of us here in Ada and Canyon County are going to get pounded, Elmore County, and of course back in Boise County, Gem County, already seeing some of the storms back in Oregon move to the north and kind of expand towards the east. There is a little bit of what we call diffluence in the atmosphere, where the winds fan out, and that also helps thunderstorm activity. So what should you be doing this afternoon? Well, right now we're on the cusp of seeing these storms pop. So all right, I got inside because I think the heat was affecting my microphone. I had a lot of static in there, so I thought I'd just come on inside and give you an update of what's going on. Right now we're seeing thunderstorms, and most of the storms will be strongest back in Malheur County, western areas of Idaho. That's where we're seeing the storms develop right now. Moving on in from the south and going on up in towards the north, as you can see here with our radar. And so we are seeing some of the storms pop into eastern areas of Oregon, back across southwestern areas of Idaho. What I think will happen with this storm system, as the storms continue to move up, they'll send out gusts of winds down the Treasure Valley floors. Those winds, as they plow into the hot, humid air away from the thunderstorm, that starts the air rising and creates more thunderstorm activities. We call that an outflow boundary. I think we'll see thunderstorms along that outflow boundary. Then with the humidity that is in place, we'll see these pulse thunderstorms spark and grow quickly and then dissipate quickly, but enough to send more wind down the Treasure Valley floor and maybe some microbursts, which should provide some damages to the area. So at this point, it looks like we'll get a round of showers and storms this evening. That will come through with the initial rush of wind and heavy rain and all that goes with thunderstorm activity. Then we'll get a break in the action, and then another round will develop in the overnight hours as we go on into the early morning hours. So we could see some thunder and lightning in the skies across much of the Treasure Valley and the mountains. As I mentioned, this is not great news for the mountains. We will see tremendous amount of lightning strikes in the mountains. So I do believe that this is going to be the official start of the fire season for the summer. Long-range models are showing a very good bubble of very hot air to come on in through the area going in through this weekend. So I think we'll have to deal with temperatures up over 105 degrees Sunday and Monday, this weekend into early next week. Then the models are differing a little bit. One wants to bring a little disturbance back from the east to the west across the mountains. Pretty unlikely, but not impossible. The other just keeps this bubble of warm, hot air across the region. I like that solution. I do believe we're due for a string of 100-degree heat. We haven't had that in many years.